Well, Nat, it's time for an update on the farm, right? And we've run into some challenges which have slowed our planting down. I'm JC. This is Nat. Together we've helped hundreds of foreigners get more life for less money by having a retirement in Thailand. Now we've set out on a new adventure with the help of Danoi, Kakao, and Gopher. Together, join us on our journey while we turn this into this and make a full forest and help make Thailand green again. Got to resolve the issues first, and we have a few of them. One is, what's the first problem?
The chicken.
Yeah, we planted, and I can show them where we planted the vegetables out here. The first plant, the first row, had lettuce and cilantro and carrots, I think, a number of things. And what happened to them? Nothing came up. Why?
The chicken eat.
That's right. We had chicken problems, and you can see even with our fishtail palm here, you can see we have the hay around there, and they just come and they kick it. Yeah, they kick it out to find the bugs and stuff. And so none of that stuff came up. So we're gonna have to replant that, and we'll probably use some chicken wire or something as a fencing to keep the chickens out. So that was a first challenge. Second challenge we have is sort of a water challenge, right?
Yeah.
And so even though we have, and I'll turn this so the sun doesn't hit it, we have a water pipe that comes from Nat's parents' house all the way out that we can water our plants with and our trees and everything, which most of them are coming up. We've had a few die, but most of them are coming up. But the challenge is they have a submersible pump, right?
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of power to run the submersible pump, and even though they have solar, the solar isn't powerful enough to run the submersible pump. So we run it off of a generator that Nat and I actually had used or wanted to use for our rotu, our little banoi, little house on wheels, to run an air conditioner. And then when we built Nat's house, we actually used it for welding and stuff like that, and now they're using it to pump water. Well, it's noisy. Now, when they just fill up their water tank for washing and doing some dishes and things like that, it only takes a few minutes to fill those up. But for what we do, it's a little bit more challenging, and it runs for a long period of time because we got to water everything. We got a sprinkler system and stuff like that. So this was a challenge as well. And so we want to have our own well and our own solar system to run that submersible pump, and then give them something to run off their solar system, which isn't real powerful, and they don't need a powerful pump. But that's the second issue. Third issue was what, Nat? Do you remember the third one?
The bug eat the leaf.
Yeah, the bugs were eating our leaves of our we do have one bed here that has melons and stuff in it. And so we have a lot of melons that we planted, but you can see they're all getting eaten, and they're getting eaten by red potato bugs, red potato beetles. And so that's an issue. Now, I bought some natural fungus that you can spray on this, and supposedly after a few days it kills them, or from the inside out or something. I don't know what the fungus does, but anyway, we did it about 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah.
And as you could see there, maybe, I don't know if you could see it in the camera or not, we still have red potato beetles. Yeah. So we're going to try it again, and I'm not sure. I got to look and make sure that's organic or not. But this is an issue because we're not going to have any melons. So those are our issues that slowed down our planting. As you can see, though, we have greenery, right, Nat?
Yeah.
We have a lot of greenery. And so a lot of stuff is coming up. Now, this place would actually naturally forest itself over time, but you wouldn't have any say over the kinds of trees that were coming up unless you culled out the ones you didn't want and left the ones you did. But we don't even know what the ones they are that are coming up, do we, Nat?
No.
Yeah, we
some
don't
I
even.
know.
Huh?
Some I know.
Some, Nat says she knows some of them, but as you can see, there's a lot of green, a lot of stuff coming up. But we have a lot of tall trees and large emergent trees. We don't have a lot of those, but we need to get those in the ground because we bought them and they're not being planted. So we need to get those planted and in the ground. So instead of doing our rows right now, we'll measure out where those would be in rows and get them in the ground and get them growing, and then come in later and start filling in the biomass and the rows that would have vegetables and stuff in them. But as far as the trees we planted, they seem to be catching on and growing. Most of them have new growth and stuff, so that's a good thing. But that's where we are with this, and we'll be getting a well, the watering system set up, so we have our own watering system. So that's the update of where we are now and what our plans are and what slowed us down a little bit. So we'll be keeping you updated as to how we're progressing and how we're going to remedy the challenges that we're facing, right? And hopefully we'll get planting again.
Yeah.
Get some more stuff in the ground. And we're also thinking about, we're staying in town and it's a little bit far, so hopefully we'll be able to remedy that too and be able to have some place that's closer to be able to get out here earlier every day. You know what this is? Swimming pool. Swimming pool for Copa, right? I told him, wait, the water's not looking too clean today. We need to replace the water, but every day when we watering plants, we water out of that. And we fill it up and he comes over, slides on in for a swimming pool. Well, let's talk about what's been going on with the farm.
Okay.
We, this last week, we've had a few things happening, right?
Yes.
And trying to deal with some problems and try and fix some things that we needed to fix. And so, one of the things we had a lot of trees we needed to start planting, right?
Yeah.
So we got some planting done, and we had something big that we got done. What was that?
The water.
Hey, we got a well in. So let's show them the well. All right, well, it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and they've been drilling all day, drilling our well. And so they're just finishing up now. They went down 50 meters for about $300. And right now they're just finishing up. They're actually pumping air into the pipe to try and get the silt out and get some clean water coming up. But they're through drilling and they went 50 meters. So 50 meters for $300 and 8 hours of work. Sounds like a good deal, right? I think so. So now all we need is power and a pump to get it out of the ground. But this is a good start, right? See ya. Got a well. And how many meters was it?
47.
Okay, 47 meters. And how much did it cost?
9,000 baht.
9,000 baht. It took them all day.
Yes.
Yeah, and he had some mechanical difficulties, so that pushed him back a little bit. But it's done now, and we're good to go, right?
Yeah.
So we got water. Now we need what?
Solar cell.
We need a pump and some solar to run the pump. So we're going to handle that soon, and then we'll have some water. So that's one thing, because right now we're pulling the water all the way from
My parents' house.
the parents' house. And so the pipe's coming all the way across, and we run it by generator, which isn't so good because that thing is a little bit noisy. And we had a lot of trees that we bought a while back. A month, 2 months? A month, 2 months ago, we bought a bunch of trees. And so we need to get those trees in the ground. So we planted a whole bunch of trees. And so these are all out here now. And then we're going to come back later and plant other things in between them for biomass and to keep them shaded and other things. But we need to get those in the ground, right, Nat?
Yes.
You remember what we got in the ground?
Yes, teak tree.
Teak.
Mahogany.
Mahogany.
Mango.
Mangoes.
Jackfruit.
Jackfruit.
Fruit, star fruit.
Star fruit.
Oh, a lot.
And some other Thai trees that grow up really tall as well. So we got all those in the ground here. Nat staked them out with bamboo, and then I sprayed the top orange so we can see them. Because some of them are small, and I didn't want to weed whack them, right? We didn't want to weed whack them and cut them down. And what else is happening? We tried the fungus, spraying our vegetables with a fungus, a natural fungus, to try and kill the potato bugs. The red potato bugs have been a problem, and it's helped a little bit, but we still have all these potato bugs. You can see them on here. I'm going to continue spraying them. We do have some watermelons. Melons are coming up. Got a couple corn plants that have come up, but one of my members had mentioned, I think it's pronounced diatomaceous earth, and so we got that mixed with neem powder, and so we're going to sprinkle that on as well. Hopefully organically we can rid ourselves of these pests, right? So that's what's happening. Anything else this week? I think that's about it.
Oh, the grass big.
Yeah, the grass is
Again and again.
grass is growing. Her son's got a full-time job weed eating, and so we're trying to keep the grass down and then take the clippings from cutting and put them on the gardens for the mulch as well. But things are starting to grow. You can see everything's starting to grow pretty nice. Got a lot of stuff happening here, so that's real cool. And most of the stuff's taken off. We've only lost, I think, about 3 or 4 things that didn't grow. Our pineapples aren't too happy, so we might replace those. And we had one takop that died, one lychee that died,
One banana.
and one banana tree. Other than that, everything's pretty much growing. So, good to
We
go.
have coconut over there.
Yeah, Nat planted some coconuts. How many we got? 5?
5.
About 5 coconut trees have been planted. Some flowering trees have been planted. And we got another surprise that's going to be coming pretty soon, so we don't have to commute so far to come out here to get work done. That's coming soon, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know if you remember, I was talking before about a project we were going to do, and what it was going to consist of was we were going to pour cement here. And I was going to have a parking structure and a place to do some work with a little shed under it. And we nixed that idea. And you're probably wondering, well, why'd you nix that idea? We started calculating up exactly how much it was going to cost to do that whole project. And by the time we poured all the cement, put the poles up, put a roof over it, everything else, it got quite expensive. In fact, we started to compare. I said, Nat, why are we putting all the money into that when we could put the money into something else which would probably be more useful or multi-purpose? So we made a change. And we've got somebody to come out today to give us a price on starting this. We've already started part of it. We have taken out some of the grass. And if you look, this was for 2 reasons. One was, I'll get to this in a second, but the second reason was a fruit orchard. Yeah, we have our gardens, and they have a few fruit trees. We've got our big trees that's going to turn into lumber and timber and stuff like that. But I wanted a fruit orchard. And so we opened up an area here, and we've got, well, Nat will give you the tour, and she'll tell you what we've got in there. And what did we plant? Durian. Lychee. Orange. See if he can remember all these. Mangosteen. And we got some teak trees in the middle. And then in between these, we're going to do some sugar cane. So we have some biomass and some shade. And plant some other things in the middle as well. Cacao and some coffee. We're going to get all that growing in here. But mainly I wanted some fruit trees, and we're going to end up with 10 fruit trees in here, which is really cool. So that was one part of this project to get this done. And the reason I opened that up was because the tractor was already here. And you're probably saying, well, why'd the tractor come? Come on, get to the point, right? That was for this. I'm not going to tell you exactly what's going to go there, but when we started to figure out what it was going to cost us to pour the cement and put a roof over that, I said, Nat, we could probably build something where we could stay on the property for that amount of money or a little bit more. And so we found something, and we'll be turning you on to it and what the price was, but we need a pad to set it on. That gives you a hint, right? My members in the member site already have a sneak peek of what it's going to be. But this is going to be a pad for what's going here. And then there's a little area over here which we're also going to set up an outdoor kitchen. And so we've got people coming, and you notice we have our well right next to this. We got some people coming today to give us a price. I can do a lot, but a lot of stuff it'd be like first time I could figure it out, but it probably wouldn't be good, and I wanted this done right. So we're pouring a cement pad, and the people are coming out today, and the price they're going to give us is for, and by the way, the tractor to clear all this out came 2 times. They plowed under all the grass and everything that was here, and then they came back again and smoothed it out. So that was, I think, 300 baht, $10. Now today we're going to get a price. People are coming out, they should be here any minute, and they're going to give us a price on putting up 4 cement poles to hold the roof over the kitchen. Then that area of the kitchen and this part here, which is I think 7 meters by 10 meters, something like this, all that needs to be framed in. We'll put the wire down for the concrete, and then help smooth it out and float it. And so that's the price we're going to get today, and I'll be letting you know what that costs to do that. And later on we'll be telling you what's going on that pad. It shouldn't be that long. Also, I need to start working on a couple things. Because we have the well, we no longer need to pull the water from Nat's parents' house next door, which is quite a ways away, and we run a generator to do that, to get the water over here. And I need to get a solar system in here for what we're going to build, and also to start pumping some of our own water from a solar pump. And the tour you'll be getting of all the trees and everything, some of these are quite far away, so it's hard to keep them watered or irrigated. And so we need to get all this set up. So I need solar, I need to set up the irrigation better to hit these more outlying areas. I need some structures on the property. All our tools and utensils and stuff, anything we use for over here, we don't just leave it hanging out in the outdoors, but we actually put it at Nat's parents, and we got to walk back and forth, and it's not exactly close. So we need some structure on the property too to help store some of these utensils and things like that. And that's it. That's the scoop for right now. Nat's doing the photo shoot over here. That's why we don't get a lot of work done, a lot of camera work here. Anyway, just joking. Anyway, that's the scoop. That's the update. And getting back to you soon. See ya. So the people came and they said they measured well, they didn't measure it because they didn't have a tape measure, and my truck got cleaned out, so I didn't have a tape measure. But we gave them the dimensions and told them what they needed to do, and they're gonna contact the boss and cement company and get some prices and let us know, right?
Yes.
So
the price in we know already. 1,850 per shop.
Yeah, for one cube. Not one truck, right?
Yeah.
One cube. And so, but we don't know how many cubic meters of cement we're going to need and stuff like that. So they're going to figure it all out and get back to us, and then I'll let you all know what the price is going to be on that, right? Coming soon. Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.